Hello, everybody. This is Jasper, and welcome back to another episode of the Newton Public Schools Alumni Association podcast series. And today we have another special guest here with us. We have Kevin here. So, welcome to the show, Kevin. Very excited to have you here today. Would you mind, getting us started off with a quick introduction of who you are when you graduated South, as well as what you're doing now?
Yeah, thanks, Jasper. Yeah, thanks for reaching out. Happy to be here with everyone. So like Jasper said, I'm Kevin Zhu. I went to Newton South back and graduated back in 2013. Yeah, I definitely feel old saying that. I am currently, in terms of my role, I'm a customer success manager at a fastly growing AI startup called Abnormal AI. I'm a customer success manager. This is a recent transition actually. I've been a
Oh,
customer success manager for the past 7 years of my career. Recently joining this company specifically back in April 2025.
oh
But
wow.
basically, we use artificial intelligence to detect email threats that come into an organization's or company's email inbox. So it saves time from having humans having to analyze reported threats by using artificial intelligence to do it. And we're seeing a lot of trends within the AI environment where folks are seeing threats coming in from AI generated content. So we're using AI to counter threat actors in AI. So yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. Would you mind, just giving us a kind of quick sneak peek into what a customer success specialist does?
Yeah, definitely. So we are part of the a company sales organization where we manage the account after they are sold our product. So we are very closely aligned to a sales team where we go ahead and make sure that the customer is onboarded. So our product is deployed within their IT environment. We mostly work with CISOs, IT directors, anyone involved with managing a company's email infrastructure in that manner. We make sure that the product is deployed, that the AI is processing all of the emails accurately and as efficiently as possible. And then we're making sure that the reports that are being generated from our AI systems is also being created and reported on a weekly basis to board members or IT directors or whoever wants to see those types of reports, and we're just making sure that the customer's happy. My main metric at my career is to ensure to ensure a low churn rate and to make sure that we have a really high renewal rate. So making sure our customers are happy and making sure that we are growing our existing top line revenue overall.
I see. That is sounds like a lot of work to do, and it also seems like a lot of very fulfilling work for you too. So just to kind of expand a lot, is this kind of maybe related to what you did in terms of majoring in college?
Uh, yeah, not really. When I went to, so after I graduated South, I went to Bentley University for a business management degree. Um, mm, Going through college and everything, I never really had a real career focus. I knew I wanted to work in tech. Back in the day, I actually really liked playing video games, so I thought I would actually
Oh,
go into video game development. But that clearly took a completely different career path for me because I found out throughout college I did not like coding specifically that much. I actually went into sales, going into the fact that I had like the more interpersonal relationships with people. So that's kind of like where I graduated my skills and where I took my career towards ultimately. Had a
oh, I
great time
see.
talking with individuals, making sure that we are creating partnerships and we're solving for problems that organizations and companies are having. So that's kind of like where I pivoted my career towards, away from video game development and more towards interpersonal types of relationship through sales and customer success. Ultimately, where I'm currently at today.
I see. That is fascinating. So you kind of ended up in a different area as to where you kind of had in mind starting college. So how do you
Yeah,
end up finding sales in the first place? Is there anything that you maybe did specifically in college where you kind of had a aha moment where you realized, hey, I really love working with customers and talking with them? Is there many specific moment there, or is it kind of a gradual process of discovery?
definitely a bit of a aha moment when during the sophomore year in college, I took an internship at Enterprise through their account management program, where we're out there in the field office and just talking to clients and making sure that we're not only renting out renting cars out to customers, but also upselling them on different types of insurances. I found out that to be really fun. It's a high stakes type of culture, but you do move a lot and you talk to a lot of people. And making those types of relationships got me to figure out that maybe talking and networking was a really good way for me to go and grow ahead and just grow my career overall. Because through that internship, I met a lot of unique individuals. Some are executives that I still keep in touch with today. Some are just one-time customers that I don't really keep up with. It's funny because back in high school when I was at Newton South, I wasn't a
Oh,
very outgoing type of person, right? Actually, shout out to obviously the Newton South Speech and Debate club that was
oh, I
there.
see.
Um, I grew a lot of my speech and talking skills, which grew confidence in me talking and networking with individuals through my time there at South. And I would say that experience definitely helped me to network a lot better in college, which translates into my internships in sales, which ultimately led me to my first job outside of college once I graduated in a sales role at Microsoft. So that all translates and tracks into a pretty interesting path for me to take overall. So yeah.
I see. That is a very very inspiring journey. So I guess one kind of question I had when listening to your story was, you started out in the Bentley University as doing kind of along the lines of computer science as well as video game design, and then in your sophomore year you kind of realize, hey, I maybe want to do stuff that is more related to sales as well as helping with customer stuff. So I guess do you maybe, I guess, to supplement this, do you switch your major, or I guess do you maybe take some extra courses outside of college to, I guess, fulfill your love for dealing with consumers as well as learning the tricks of the trade, basically?
Yeah, definitely. It was during that time. So after freshman year, when I took a couple of like beginner courses in software development, I realized I didn't like it. So that's when after the internship, I had to pivot my major from CIS over to business management. And
Oh,
from my
okay.
summer year, from sophomore year into junior year in college, I took summer classes to kind of like make up for the fact that I needed to switch these majors up. So I took a lot more of like those types of professional development classes as well as organizational development classes. In addition, just to make up time in my degree to make sure that I'm on track to graduate with that degree in business management overall.
I see. That is fascinating. So I guess you've also kind of used this information to, I guess, make up for the time that you, I guess, would have spent in your freshman year doing this. So I guess is there maybe anything mentally that you felt during this process, like were you kind of feeling that you were behind your peers, or were you kind of just feeling that I love this and I would do anything in order to make up for what I've lost?
Yeah, it was definitely a tough situation to be in. Like I definitely anytime someone is going through a major change or they have to like make up credits like I was doing in college, it was definitely something that was very stressful. And of course, like financially, it was kind of not an ideal situation to be switching majors sophomore year entering junior year type of situation. But I felt like it was needed for me to really find my place and where my skills can excel, thinking towards the future of finding a job after college, that I needed to make that type of pivot. So it was definitely stressful, but I definitely would have made the same decision again throughout my career, as well as my time in college as well.
I see. Well, this is kind of just a quick inquiry, but is there anything
Mhm.
that you've maybe learned in software development in freshman year that you feel maybe still helps you sometime today?
Uh, to be honest, not really. It's a lot of like just learning about the basic concepts of the things that you learn in computer science one on one that I just didn't really enjoy. Didn't really understand some of the math or the coding behind it, so I didn't really get too much out of it. Um, I obviously respect anyone who's into software development and coding because obviously that's what powers artificial intelligence, all the
Right.
back end stuff today. But no, it just wasn't for me.
I see. Well, definitely, yeah. I mean, like software development is very important, but it obviously also isn't for everyone. So it's amazing that you managed to find the correct path for you. So I guess, you've had a very long story. Even though you say that you maybe feel old, it also means that, you have a lot more lived experiences than us high schoolers, and you're a lot more wise as compared to us. So, just to end things off today, will you mind giving us, like, I guess, one value or one mindset that you feel is really important for us high schoolers, as well as, maybe college students to keep in mind when going into both career as well as late undergrad and college, that you feel maybe has brought you very far in life and will also do the same for us?
Yeah, and I feel like there's definitely quite a number of things that have helped out. One thing that I would always recommend, and I always found to be super valuable, and you guys may have already heard this being said before, but try to network with as much individuals as possible, especially anyone with a position of power, like manager plus, VP, or anything like that, so that you do have the ability to interact with them, chat with them, because who knows what different types of opportunities that may
Hmm.
lay ahead, in terms of helping you find an internship or a job in the future. I found out, especially in today's labor market, that your network is super important for helping you to not only progress in your career, but also to help you pivot, right? Like whenever you need to pivot away from a specific career, like I pivoted away from CS into sales, like having those types of individuals in your network who can not only coach you, but also just give you recommendations for job or whatever. Those individuals are super important and invaluable to helping you succeed later in life. So that's my biggest and number one tip. But also just don't make sure that you know what you want to do. Just go through that
Right.
self discovery of figure out what you want to do, and just don't give up. There's plenty of different paths out here in corporate America. There's always different roles that are hiring throughout. Just making sure that you know what you want to do and don't be afraid to pivot as well.
I see. That is absolutely phenomenal. Thank you very much for sharing this with us, Kevin. I hope that everyone listening has also learned a lot from Kevin's amazing life path, switching from what he initially felt like was meant for him, but into what actually he felt like he enjoyed doing. So thank you very much for sharing this once again with us, Kevin. To everyone listening, thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you've maybe drawn something from today's sharing, and I will see you all next time. Thank you.